I'm going to give you our next three speakers: Antoinette Farley, Julia Street, is it Johns or Jones? Jones, and Laura Terrell. So our next speaker is Antoinette Farley. You can move to the microphone. Okay, I guess Ms. Farley has departed. Julia Street Jones.
Good evening, distinguished guests fighting for Prince George's County. My name is Julia Street Jones, and my daughter is a 9th grader at Forestville Military Academy. Although my observations of the school has been short and I had to do some homework prior to applying to Forestville Military Academy, I not only looked at numbers and words, but visited the school 2 or 3 times, unplanned and unannounced. My observations included, but not limited to, an administration and teaching staff that commanded and exemplified order, respect, and honor for themselves and their cadets. 2, respectful cadets changing classes with minimal, confused conversations and vulgarities in the hallways. And 3, the sense of pride and uniformity of a uniform consisting of a tight top, bottom, and neckwear for both male and females, and a belt, yes, a belt, worn around their waist. While some parents may not want this for their children or child, we do have this choice. Is this not what Prince George's County and the United States of America is about? The ability to vote for those candidates you believe will be the best choice for the majority of the people. Prince George's County needs improvements in their school systems. Every school system can always use improvements or enhancements to continue to grow in a very technical and international world. However, Prince George's County offered a public, let me repeat, public military school because there was an idea and a partnership with the Department of Military Services recognizing a need for parents and students. Forestville Military Academy has grown and has graduated many successful cadets. Let's not tear down a good program. We want to institute more students, as we prefer to call them cadets. Keep the conformity of the uniform. Let's reduce era of confusion for our young adults. One uniform with the opportunity to learn about self-respect, honor, the responsibility to self, parents, staff, and their community. Is this not what parents want for their children or child? To respect self and others, be knowledgeable, positive, involved citizens of not just Prince George's County or the US of A, but this ever-growing international world. I thank you for your time to listen to our concerns and invite you to come to Forestville Military Academy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Street Jones. Our next speaker is going to be Laura, is it Terrell? Okay, it is Terrell. And then we'll hear from Benny Duncan Jr., and I think it's Anthony Weldon.
While we're waiting for the mic, I think we all appreciate the belts worn around the waist. Yes. As a parent, I know I do.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. And I am serving as Ms. Jones's bookend as I represent the early care and education community. My name is Laura Terrell, and I'm from the Child Care Advocacy Project at the Prince George's Child Resource Center. And the Resource Center's Child Care Advocacy Project has its mission being dedicated to provide quality opportunities for children to reach their full potential by promoting healthy development, investing in school readiness, social justice, and strengthening families. We believe more investments in programs and support services for children and families should take precedence as our elected officials make decisions or recommend decisions regarding best outcomes for our future. According to school readiness data from Ready at 5, as of March of this year, 77% of Prince George's County's kindergartners were school ready. Our advocacy group is concerned that this percentage could fall, as many programs for the most at-risk children for school failure are cut or decreased. Families not able to receive child care vouchers are not accessing stable, quality child care because they can't afford it, and so their children are not experiencing the kinds of learning that will put them on the path to school readiness. We believe ways must be found to provide support for families to get their children into quality child care programs, be they community-based or school system-based. We believe the county must find ways to help fill in the gaps left by funding deficits so that all families who need help in paying for child care can get help they need to not only have their children in programs that meet all their needs, but also enable parents or guardians to stay employed. We do know that there has been a partial thaw on the child care subsidy freeze, and it is providing support for those families in the lowest income brackets, but there's still families that make $30,000 that still might need that help in paying for child care for their children. So, for instance, Prince George's County could become proactive in implementing Maryland's Preschool for All business plan, which could address the needs of children more proactively and also proactively engage the early care and education community. Economist James Heckman states, "The real question is how to use the available funds wisely. The best evidence supports the policy prescription. Invest in the very young." Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Terrell. Our next speaker is Benny Duncan Jr., and while Mr. Duncan is making his way to the microphone, I'd like to acknowledge Tina Brown, council member from Bladensburg. Want to give us a wave? Way back there. All right. And also Mayor Lee Walker is here from Landover Hills. Thank you, sir. All right. Mr. Duncan, thank you.
Good evening to County Executive and all of your guests, all of the workers that are here with you. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
The elected officials. I'm deeply concerned about education. All the people who have come up and asked and pleaded for the kids. That's deeply my concern, the kids of our community. My name is Benny Duncan Jr. I'm Vice President of the Palmer Park Exhibit Association. Also head of a group, God's Helping Hand Family Outreach. And my ultimate goal is to see every child receive proper education. And because education to me is a very important thing, especially for our youth, because they are our future. In our communities, they are our future. And with that said, I think that we can't forget about the fight against drugs in our communities. Illegal substance abuse is highly performed in our community, well, at least in mine. I think that we should not forget about this problem, because I've been in Prince George's County now for over 20-some years, and I've watched this monster grow from a small monster to a great monster. Although there's been a lot of things done about it, I'm just saying, don't forget this fight, because it's not over. It's still going on. It's still being produced in our communities and in our neighborhoods. And if you lose this fight, if you lose the fight on drugs, the money that you spend on education is a waste. because we got our young men walking the street. As the lady said, you know, they need to have belts on. They're walking the street with the pants, you know, not even at the waist. Okay, and the problem is the drugs. The drugs is destroying our youth. Our youth are growing up in an environment that is very toxic to their growth. Not only their body growth, but their mind growth. And something we got to fight. We got to fight this fight. You can't lose it. And with that said, I just want to say God bless all of you that are elected officials, and may God help your minds and your hearts when you sit down in those meetings to talk about the funds for the different counties and for this state. Please don't forget our youth that are coming up and their minds are being destroyed because of drugs. Thank you.
Thank you.